Hi everyone. In this video, we'll talk about debentures and digital gold. If your friend asked you for a 10,000 rupees loan and promised to pay it back with interest, would you say yes? Now imagine a big company asking you the same thing. That's what debentures are. And while that is happening, the age-old tradition of storing gold in lockers has moved on. Like, welcome to the world of digital gold. So let me break this down with some real stories and relatable examples. Debentures. Let's start with something super familiar for you to understand it easily. Personal loans. Let's say your cousin needs 1 lakh rupees and he promises to pay the money back in 3 years with 10% interest. So you trust him because he has a steady job and you know that he won't vanish. So you agree to it. That is like you playing the role of a banker. So typically you to go to a bank and get a personal loan. Banks will give you personal loan. See here you are giving a loan to your cousin. So this exact thing happens in the world of finance, but just on a bigger scale. So this is where debentures come into the picture. So companies also need money to grow. So they need capital. They either go for equity or debt. When they go for debt, they can borrow loans in banks. The other option is to issue debentures and take money from people like you and me. So companies like Muthoot Finance, Tata Capital, Edelweiss, sometimes they need money for their business. So they come and tell you, "Hey, dear investor, lend us 10,000 rupees. We'll give you 9% interest every year. So in 3 years, we'll return your full money." Exactly what your cousin asked you for a loan, right? So similarly, when companies ask you for a loan, this happens. So that's where debentures come into the picture. So, but instead of asking it to one guy, it asks with multiple people. So instead of typically in a personal loan, you have CIBIL ratings, right? So if you have a 720 loan and you have a stable job in a large company, you can get a personal loan at 12%. Whereas your friend, if he has a lower score of 560, he may get a loan at a higher interest rate like 16%. Exactly what happens in companies as well. So companies also have credit ratings. So if a company is rated highly like a AAA or like a HUL or a TCS, they can issue debentures at a cheaper interest rate. So the ratings go on like AAA, AA, triple B, triple B minus, double B, etc. So you have multiple ratings. So AAA is the most safest ones. So, and then there are two types of debentures here: secured debenture, unsecured debenture. So, think of it like giving a loan to your friend with or without collateral. So, a secured debenture is like your cousin handing you scooter papers as guarantee. An unsecured one, just trust and vibes. So, if the company fails, you may not get your money back. So, let's look at a real example: Muthoot Finance and CD. So, recently, Muthoot offered 8.5% interest for a 3-year secured NCDs. That is almost 2x what your bank FD gives. But why? Because it is slightly riskier than a bank FD. So as a beginner, don't treat this like an FD. Think, would I lend to this company if it was my own money? That simple mental switch can change everything. This is what debentures is all about. Now let's go to digital gold. So let's rewind a bit. Remember when our moms used to buy a gram of gold every month? They would store it safely, wrapped in paper, hidden inside a locker. So today that same gold buying habit is going digital. So basically you can go to apps like PhonePay, Paytm or Grow and you can buy 100 rupees worth of 24 karat gold in under 1 minute. So it's like buying a chocolate bar, except this one sits in Swiss vault instead of your kitchen. So here is what happens. So the gold is physically stored in your name in insured vaults. You get a digital receipt. So the thing is, you can sell it anytime or even convert it to coins and get it delivered at your home. So the other question is it safe? It's not regulated by mutual funds. It's not regulated like mutual funds by SEBI, but platforms use trusted partners like Safe Gold, MMTC, etc. to keep your gold safe. So think of it like a Paytm wallet, useful, convenient, but you can use it with caution. You do not put all and your entire wealth there. But considering the current situation and the market volatility, a lot of people are moving money away from SAPs, stopping their SAPs, withdrawing money, trying to move towards a safe haven. So I have already shared a video where I clearly explained why you should continue your SAPs, why you should invest more money in equity mutual funds. But still, if you want a safe place to keep your money by getting better returns than FD, then debentures are a decent option. Digital gold is an option to diversify and have some exposure towards gold. Gold is hitting an all-time high. So yesterday was a record high for gold, and considering that the US bond market is struggling, the need for gold reserves is increasing, so it can keep growing up till there is certainty in the global market. So let's say you are saving for your siblings' wedding or your children's wedding in a few years. Instead of buying gold all at once, you can slowly build it up with digital gold SIPs. So no locker, no fear of theft. It is that easy. So what would I do in this scenario? Would I move all my money? No. So my core is always going to be equity. So I'll have 80% of my investments in index funds, mutual funds, and a few stocks in the large cap and small cap space. Of course, I'll keep doing SIPs without fail. This is like building the foundation of your financial house. So 80% there. Maybe 5 to 10% of your money can go to high rated secured debentures. I have a small allocation. I would choose companies like Muthoot, Tata Capital, etc. with solid track record. This gives me steady income like a monthly rent from lending. So basically, this is better than fixed deposit, uh, less risky than stock market equity, but there is still some amount of risk based on the credit ratings of the company. Always go for companies with a higher ratings like AAA. So I would put 2 to 3% in digital gold max. So gold you can invest, but with a plan. I would use it for future purchases, maybe a family gift or an emotional goal. It's like saving in your mom's gold box, but on your phone. You're just using an app to do it. Your gold is securely saved somewhere else. So overall, you don't have to be rich to think like a banker. So even with 1,000 rupees, you can lend smartly and build wealth mindfully. So debentures teach you risk versus return. So digital gold teaches you access plus ease. But the power is in knowing how to use them wisely. So if this video helped you, hit the like button, share it with a friend who is just starting out in investing, and comment below. Have you tried any of these? Do you still have questions on debentures and digital gold? You can keep posting it. I'll reply to everything as possible, as soon as possible. Have a great day. Happy weekend.